You don't face your fears. You get in your storm shelter and watch local news until it's all over. I'm Justin.
Ladies, your man is probably thinking this is a movie for me. No, ladies, this is a movie for us. I am Jackie.
Wind and dickheads, they're all over. I'm Sam, and this is 2024's Twisters on Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. This is a bad movie field trip episode, even though one will argue that this movie might have no business on this podcast. We will see at the end of this. I like how Sam prefaced it by 2024's Twisters, because as far as I know, there is only one movie called Twisters, and it's from 2024, and it's this movie. The other one's called Twister, you dickhead. Whatever. We got Glenn Powell, some lady I've never seen before, Paul Scheer, and that's about it. Pretty low cast for the number one possible movie of the summer until this Deadpool and Logan bullshit happens that I'd have no interest in.
That's what's interesting is that I went to the theater and I'm hearing things like I went to the bank and I was like, I always talk to my bank lady. She's nice. She's like, you do anything fun this weekend? And I always say no. And I was like, I'm going to go see Twisters. And she's like, I went to that. It's real good. It's like, oh, okay. And I'm also hearing Twisters is making all the money and Deadpool's not. And I had to research this movie, and this movie's made $150 domestically against $150 million budget. Mm-hmm. It's going to make money. It is not killing it in the theaters. It's been out for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It's not doing very well globally at all. It's only at 221 globally. And Deadpool and Wolverine is going to do $500 million in a weekend. So
they didn't. Domestically, the numbers came out today just before we're recording, 200 million. It's the highest weekend opening box office of an R-rated movie of all time. It has already broken records. I don't care. It looks stupid. You guys just like the Deadpool, he talks and never shuts up, and goddamn fucking I was just starting to get back on Ryan Reynolds. Team I was just about there with Team Ryan. Now he's doing I fucking hate the Deadpool movies. I hate him. I love Deadpool. I read them in the comics. They're great. But shut up. Just shut up for once. It's like watching a movie where I talk the entire time, which is this podcast. Welcome to it.
Yes.
$200 million, baby. I can do it too.
There are other people in this movie, though. We get a preview of our next Superman.
Oh, who's that?
Yeah, so the tall guy that's with
Scott?
The dude that doesn't die.
Scott?
That's like the company man.
Anthony Ramos.
Scott?
No, Anthony Ramos is the guy that's like, I know you, we both didn't die or whatever. His man, his number one man, the tall guy.
Scott!
That's David Cornsweet. That's going to be the next Superman.
Wow. How about that? When does that show down?
How about that? I also was going to lambast reviewers that had given this a positive review, but I went through and read reviews for the last 2 days, and everybody is like, you should go, even if they give it a positive review, they're like, there is not a story or characters or anything. It's fucking tornadoes, but it's fun. Mm-hmm. No one has any illusions. Even if it's a positive review on Rotten Tomatoes, they're not like, this is quality filmmaking. They don't say that, so I don't have to lambast anybody.
There you go.
But one guy that gave it a negative review, it would seem solely because of one of the actresses in it is only in the beginning. And he's like, I thought this was going to be a Kiernan Shipka movie, and she dies in the first 5 minutes, so it sucks.
Oh, dude, because you have a crush on Kiernan Shipka? What was she in, Jackie? You watched her
Sabrina.
show. Sabrina, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that any good?
Yeah.
Yeah, the new Sabrina actually is pretty interesting. I didn't finish it, but I've watched a lot of it. It's pretty good.
Do you like Kiernan Shipka?
She's okay.
Are you mad that she really died in this movie at the beginning and now you hate it?
No.
Okay, then fuck that guy.
What really got me excited, though, was Mara Tierney.
Mara Tierney.
The mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really like that actress. And so when she showed up, I was like,
Sam,
there's another one I know.
Sam, do it. What movies is she from?
News Radio.
Yeah, she was in News Radio. She was also in that. Wasn't she in an Adam Sandler movie? Or maybe
she's in Liar Liar with
Jim Carrey. You know who she reminds me of, which is unfortunate. That's why I got excited about you talking. Is because I always mix her up with the lady whose name I can't remember that was in I Married an Axe Murderer. What the fuck was her name?
Nancy Travis.
Nancy Travis. Sure, I'll go with that. That sounds right.
I don't think it's Nancy Travis. I can't remember who it is now.
Yeah, but man, they're just that fun. Like, God, we should have had more of both of them. I don't know why.
I was looking at Maura Tierney's because this was towards the end, but I'll just do it now. I was looking at her. She's working. She's been working the whole time. She's in all sorts of shit, and she's going to be She's taking over as one of the principals in Law and Order, which none of us watch.
Dun, dun. Yeah, exactly. She's working, but she's not working for us. I want her to work for us. She needs to be on things that I watch.
Yeah, she's not.
Damn it.
She's too good for that.
Fuck. Why?
She was in the Iron Claw.
Oh,
I haven't watched that yet.
The drink that comes in cans? Was she the spokesperson?
No. The wrestling movie.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, with Zac Efron.
Oh, fuck that. God damn it, Zac Efron. Get the fuck off my TV. I'm done with you. You almost had me for a second. Now I'm done with you. Go bye. Go bye.
Well, here's my Maura Tierney, Zac Efron other connection is that we just did a Nicole Kidman movie. Mm-hmm. And Maura Tierney is 2 years older than Nicole Kidman, and her face isn't doing an exotic dance.
That's right. Hey.
Like, I don't want to shame Nicole Kidman. I'm just saying, like, this is what happens when you age gracefully. She looks fucking great.
Yeah.
And she doesn't look like a science project.
She looks like she did 20 years ago. I got another connection for you. Speaking of Superman, my favorite part in all the Supermans is when, what's his name? Kent dies under a bridge. Kevin Costner.
Costner?
By a tornado. He dies by a tornado under a fucking bridge, which is in this movie.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm watching that scene, I'm thinking, hey, Kevin Costner's probably right over there, getting dead. Hilarity. Because it's hilarious.
They were in Kansas, though.
Yeah, whatever. It's all the same place. We live there. You don't. It's just this big flat region that the Twisters get you from wherever. You could be in Kansas. You could be in Iowa. You could be in... Actually, the Twisters don't really bother us too much here, but whatever. They'll find you. They'll find you. I've just cursed us because the minute you doubt a Twister, it's going to be like, now I got you, bitch. It's coming for us, Jackie.
No, it's coming for you.
Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on vacation with our son somewhere like Glen Carbon, and it's going to get you.
Yeah, right. I'll just get sucked up. Just me, the only person in all of Illinois. Shook.
Yep, it'll just hit our house, but just where you're at in the pool.
Vengeance is mine, said the tornado.
Either that or it'll fly stuff into your eyeballs.
No.
It'll just be a little tornado, and it'll be like, and then it'll throw dirt in your eyes, and you'll be like, goddamn tornado blinded me.
Mm.
Dust devils, they're a real problem in Arizona.
Yeah, right. Not here. Go ahead, Sam.
So apparently Bill Paxton had been trying to get this made up until the point that he died. And he was close in 2011, I guess. Okay. Because he'd never really separated from his friend Jimmy Cam. Mm-hmm. And so his grand vision is that he was going to make an R-rated 3D Twister sequel that was actually based on the true story of he was going to modernize the tale of the 1925 tri-state tornado that killed almost 700 people. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know about
they that. Almost greenlit it in like 2011, I think, but then they decided not to, and then he dies in 2017. Helen Hunt, apparently, she was in a show that I didn't watch called Blind Spotting that was based on a movie that I didn't watch.
Okay.
It's like a spin-off or something. And the people involved in that, her and those people had put together a pitch that looks like didn't get picked up because it was deemed as like, this is a little too woke.
So Disney. said
DeSantis. this is probably right around the same time that Joseph Kosinski pitches it, because in 2020, Joseph Kosinski pitches this exactly. He even gets a story by credit because that's the treatment that he used to pitch it is the story that they used to get this going, but it took too long, so he bailed, and is whenever F1 comes out, that's what he bailed for, was the F1 movie. And then it went through various directors before they finally landed on Lee Isaac Chung, who directed this, and he also did this movie called Minari, which was a bit of a award season darling. But he worked on Mandalorian. He directed one episode of Mandalorian, and the award season darling, and the fact that he'd been on Mandalorian was like, you understand shooting for visual effects enough that you can take this movie. Mm-hmm. And he did. He's also from Tornado Alley. He grew up in Arkansas.
Okay.
And
howdy, neighbor.
Yeah. So he then, though, like, his big deal was he wanted it to be super authentic. So they actually shot this movie in Oklahoma during tornado season. So there was significant delays. And beyond that, because Spielberg was still attached as a producer, that was like Kosinski gets Spielberg to, like, that's the sort of like domino that tips that gets this whole thing back into, we're going to make a sequel finally, was that Spielberg had finally signed off on it. And despite the logistical nightmares of shooting in Tornado Alley during tornado season, Lee Isaac Chung really wanted to shoot it on 35 millimeter and not digital. And he was able to, be like, hey, Spielberg, we should do this in 35 millimeter. And of course, Spielberg is going to be like, yeah, we should. Right. We should do everything in 35 millimeter. So now you're shooting a logistical nightmare with a system that is a logistical nightmare compared to digital, say.
Hey, Steven, can we get the tornado to have a lens flare on it? Could we work in some lens flare? They're shiny tornadoes.
There was a couple. They actually had a spot that was so bright that it would do cast storm effects during broad daylight. And apparently the generator that it took to run the thing was fucking ridiculous. But, yeah, so there's that. Like, this was so hard to shoot that apparently Chung had a breakdown, suffered from exhaustion, and had to take 2 weeks off in filming. And I guess they're constantly having to stop because they're trying to shoot weather in ideal weather conditions, which is just, on paper, that seems like a miserable shooting experience.
Yeah, it's always hard shooting under ideal weather concisions.
Concisions.
That's what you said.
Conditions. Yeah. Sorry.
Concisions. I've always struggled with myself.
Yeah, it's hard enough to shoot a fucking thing in the studio when everything's perfect. Uh-huh. Now you're trying to wrangle, you're like trying to dance around Mother Nature and get just the perfect bits of storm without actually getting killed.
You're a film wrangler at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, write it. Ride the film. Yee-hoo! Like Slim Pickens at the end of Dr. Strangelove.
But he went down for 2 weeks, and Dan Mindel, the cinematographer, kept the production going while he was recovering from exhaustion, I guess.
Okay.
So this apparently was very hard to shoot. That's what I know about the movie, and that Helen Hunt probably didn't do it because even after Kosinski's pitch wins, the studio still wanted to put Helen Hunt and Maura Tierney's character as the mother.
Yeah.
And actually spin that way.
No.
But
yuck.
She probably just didn't want to do it.
Good call. Yuck. Ew. Ugh. It works fine this way. It's tornado chasers. It doesn't need to be fucking House of Dragons buttholes. It's not a family affair. It's just people chasing tornadoes. Fuck off with that shit, Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that it works at all isn't because it's just tornadoes.
It's just tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
Fuck off with the well, you got to make it a... No, it doesn't have... It's just people chasing tornadoes. Let them have it. Let them go out there and chase tornadoes. God damn it. They don't need a backstory.
Do we know who Daisy Edgar Jones is?
I do not.
I don't either. She was in Where the Crawdads Sing, which was a minor deal in literature and its adaptation.
Heard of it.
That's what she's done.
Okay, cool. Now she's done Twisters.
Oh, yeah, no, she was in A War of the Worlds in 2019. Did you know that happened?
Oh, the TV show?
I didn't know that there was a TV show.
Yeah, I watched the first season. I actually really fucking liked it. And then I realized, oh my God, I'd have to pay Epix to watch this. Damn it. So I watched the first 4 episodes that they gave me on a trial. Gabriel Byrne's in it. He's really good. The actual aliens, it's just the best fucking sci-fi version of the Wells Tale that's ever existed, even past 1920 or 36's War of the Worlds movie. It was really good. But then I was like, I'm not fucking paying for this Epix. It's the only thing on your goddamn channel. Link up with, Paramount or something. Put your shit on that.
Somebody.
Then I'll watch it. But yeah, I didn't know she was in that. Okay. She had been.
Did you know that Bill Paxton's son was in this movie? Did you guys catch that at all?
He's the dickhead in the hotel room.
Yeah, Billy P. I know his son. Yeah, I caught that.
James.
Why would I catch that? You're just reading trivia. You're just looking at I can see your eyes. You're scanning trivia on the internet. Hey, did you know that Billy Paxton? You didn't know that either. I saw.
Also, Jackie, did you know that I just spent the last 2 days doing that?
Yeah, right.
Well, I just wanted to make
sure. And I deemed that unworthy to mention until he showed up in the movie. But thank you.
Jackie's boring bullshit. Welcome. It's Sam's boring bullshit, Jackie. The SBS.
And you're just picking up the table scraps.
Yeah.
All right, one more, just because
I
read it.
What is that?
And I thought it was interesting that Glenn Powell, his parents have been in every movie of his since he was in Spy Kids 3D.
What?
I was saving that for when it happened in the movie too.
Oh,
because they're sitting behind him in the rodeo.
That's fucking weird, dude. I mean, it's cool that he's tight with his fam. But that's just the Brad Pitt eats, the Tom Cruise's runs, the Tom Hanks peas. Glenn Powell's folks are here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say where I was at was the Glenn Powell. Like, he's the it guy now, I guess, after this and Top Gun. So he's what we're giving him, he's hands-on favorite for World's Sexiest Man and People, if they still do that, right?
Yeah, I think they still do that.
Oh, yeah, he's very sexy. Yeah. That's why this movie is for ladies.
The ladies love the Glenn P, I guess, now.
What's fun, so he's from Austin, Texas, so he's there's probably a little bit more of him than the character than him just playing a dickhead, maybe. I don't know. But he kept the grill to the Dodge and turned it into a dining table.
Okay, it's okay.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I don't really care.
Weld, Jackie. Yeah, I don't really care. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's there.
I can't now because now I've been called out for trying to steal Sam's shit. Yeah. So I'm not going to do it anymore.
He did try to keep the belt buckle, and I found this interesting, is that production was like, no, we need that back.
Yeah.
For what? What the fuck do you need that back for?
Supposedly, I've learned recently that the costume department is locked down
they don't
on their shit.
Fuck around.
They do not fuck around. You do not touch costumes. Props, they're a little loosey or goosey, but costumes, no. I paid for that.
He didn't get to keep the belt buckle.
Yeah, you don't get to
told
keep
him
that
to
belt.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have given him the $20 it was worth and been like, I'm taking
$20,
this.
Jackie, just because it was in a movie, it's worth at least $30.
Yeah. eBay right now for $200.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's you don't $20. Come on, kiss my ass. A fucking solid belt buckle. You're from Idaho. You know how much belt buckles cost. They are not cheap when they're not in a movie.
Yeah, and I have a big belt buckle.
Okay.
It would probably be harder to make a fake shitty one for the movie than to just have a really nice belt buckle.
Belt buckle in Texas. Give it to Glenn Powell. Have him wear it. And there's just $1, like a running ticker on its value. The more screen time it's next to his penis. I mean, it's like a $30,000 belt buckle at least at this point.
Now, if you were to buy an authentic belt buckle that looked like that, you're talking about $300.
Yeah, that's
minimum.
An expensive belt buckle. Do you have a belt buckle that expensive, Sam? I sure don't.
No.
I have a belt that's worth about $10, maybe.
It would stab my fat belly.
Yeah, I fucking hate belts. And if I had to wear a fucking belt buckle around my belt that's already uncomfortable, Jesus, just give me a fucking rope. Like I'm down with what the what do we call that? The colonial? No, it's not colonial. The empirical Japanese society back in the day, they didn't wear belts. They wore fucking ropes. That's how you keep your clothes on. It's comfortable. And you can like
why not
be a ninja and stuff. That's cool.
That's what I've got on this thing.
So I think that back in 1995, I bought a belt buckle. It was $150.
Yeah, that's expensive.
And I still have it. And the original belt too.
Yeah.
I could probably wear it like around my thigh now.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Good. All right. Here we go on Twisters. All right. So we got Kate. Kate's our protagonist here. She's at the beginning of the movie, she's a young gal. She's in college. She's smart. She's, the next big thing in storm chasing. She wants to, be a storm Scientologist. I mean, not a Scientologist, a storm scientist. I mixed up scientist and meteorologist, and I came up with Scientologist, and that was a bad decision. Don't let me do that again. But she's got a team of fellow college kids that are out in, I'm assuming it's Oklahoma as well, that they're doing an experiment. And they're all so carefree and happy and loving life, and lots of, camera jokes, like they're filming it on the oldie time cameras, like, their smartphones and stuff from the before time. And they don't have a YouTube channel. They're just being happy.
2019.
Yeah. But, before the YouTube, Sam, like 2019, they're not doing this to put it on their Instagram. They're just doing it because they're young and carefree. Grabbing each other's asses. Oh, so, you got me.
Question 1. Mm-hmm. How did they get a hold of Dorothy?
They asked Steven Spielberg if he could get the rights to use copyright from Twister 1.
Well, no, because all of the Twisters, all the Dorothys in the original Twister were damaged or destroyed.
Yeah. They got, and then except for the last one.
They would have to recreate it.
Yeah, and it's called Dorothy 4, which I think there was only 3 in Twisters. Or Twister. Right?
So they have to, and they talk about going to the barbecue lady's house, because if you ask me right now what happens in Twister, I'd be like, Bill Paxton's awesome and there's a barbecue scene.
Yeah, Shining. Shining's in it. Twins. The twins in Shining.
Yeah.
The belt. There's a belt, I think.
They mentioned the barbecue lady.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming
so
that's her mom, though.
Yeah, that is her mom, because she says, Mom, I'll let them know. And then she turns around and says, hey, Mom's got barbecue waiting for us.
Okay, never mind.
Which in the original treatment, Sam, would have been Helen Hunt. Because, hey, we got to get some Fast and Furious shit in here. We're passing it down. It's all about family. That's what I'm assuming. That this is a hangover from the Helen Hunt thing.
Sure, but now we have to figure out if they know is like one of these guys friends with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt's kids or something, because they have to be able to get Dorothy somehow.
Right. I don't know.
He donated it to Oklahoma State University, and that's where they go, maybe?
Yeah. I don't...
Well, and the one character that is in charge of Dorothy, what was his name again?
Javi.
Javi.
Yeah, so Javi,
Javi?
I just totally lost my... He's like kind of obsessed with the Wizard of Oz, right? Uh-huh. Because like later in the movie, all of his work trucks and stuff are named after characters of the Wizard of Oz. So I think this guy's just got like a weird, not a weird, but he's like a fanboy.
He's a fanboy.
And so maybe he just invented this and it's like, I really love the Wizard of Oz.
But Dorothy is in the first movie.
Mm-hmm. Right. And can we move on? Because the movie did.
the movie moves on from a lot of things that are like, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about
tornado.
That. Tornado. Okay, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to launch some goop up into a tornado to kill it. They're tornado killers. They're NATO killers. They're using the goop to get it up there, and that tornado says, goop. I've been gooped. I'm too heavy to be a tornado, and then I'm just gonna dissipate. That's what they're trying to get done. So they do launch. They get out to a tornado because there's just tornadoes everywhere, right? And they get out in front of one, and they're all happy. They're all stoked. They launch the goop. It goes up into the tornado. They're like, yay, it went up into the tornado. Hooray. Oh, shit, that tornado's getting big. And they go from what they thought was a Cat 1 to a Cat 5 in a matter of seconds, which is goddamn impossible. Whatever. We're moving past the science until I get to the next thing I have a science problem with. And they're like, shit, run. And so they're hauling ass trying to get out of there. The truck is like, oh, shit, we're going to lose this 4Runner. Shit, why'd we bring a 4Runner? This is not a heavy car at all for tornadoes. God damn it, get out and run. Wait, why are we getting out of the only thing that's protect? Okay, we're gone. We're running. We're running. Run to the bridge. Oh, that bridge is the worst place you can run to in a tornado. Versus the open air? Go to the bridge, God damn it.
Versus anything, right?
Well, didn't you see that Superman movie with the Kevin? Yeah, shut up. We already talked about that. And sunk, shunk, shunk. All three of her friends get sucked up into the tornado except for her because she's got one hell of a grip, I guess.
No, she's kind of like wedged in between the bridge and like the steel framing. Okay. So she's wedged in there
stuck.
Pretty good.
She was.
Yeah, and the boyfriend was over the top of her. And he's like, I've got you. And then the tornado got him. Yeah. And then so this is what I think happens here is that they release the goop. Okay. Right. Okay. And it goes up and I think it feeds the tornado.
I think it completely
feeds the opposite effect.
Yeah. Right.
Of what they expected. And so then they were like, oh, fuck. We just fed a tornado and now it's going to get us.
I agree.
It doesn't get her because she's so little.
Yeah. But then the shrapnel from the fucking guardrail of the road above just starts peeling back. Oh no, it's coming straight at me, and then it just slowly just goes right into her skull, and she dies because the thing about a tornado is not getting sucked up into it. But now you're in the sky. I guess now you fall to your death. No, you get hit with debris. That is how you die from tornadoes. Is you get hit with the debris. She's just like cool under there, like. It's really stupid.
Yeah.
Justin, I'm going to have to ask you to refrain from using fancy words during this podcast. This is an Oklahoma tornado movie, and you can just say debris.
Okay. All right. I don't want to.
Instead of debris. Oh, you're so fancy, debris.
Isn't that making me less fancy to say it wrong?
No, you just sound like a snooty. You're not from these parts, Justin.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep calling it debris, Jackie, because that's an old habit of mine, and it's debris. So thank you for trying to correct me, but I'm going to blow right past that. Choo-choo.
No, there's a...
Oh, no. God damn it.
There's a secondhand store that sells junk called Debris.
Yeah, Debris. Wait, don't you mean debris? Oh, fuck off. Get out of here, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
You're banned from town. Wait.
Wait, a tornado.
Yeah. So there goes Gary. Problem solved. And we got some new debris. Okay, so so they die. She's traumatized from it. 5 years later, she's linked up at NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Aeronautical Association, I believe is what it stands for, because I am a acronym dork.
So we also have to say that she's got superpower. She has tornado powers.
She has tornado sense, yeah.
But her tornado powers are like good at computers too.
Yeah, she could look at a screen and be like, "Oh, it's going northwest." How long is that going to take before it hits a town? Like 30 minutes or so.
And are these really superpowers? Because I mean, I get it when she's outside and she's looking, right? But like when she's in the building and she's just looking at
she's just glancing.
the stats that are on the screen, right? Like anybody can do that.
No, anybody cannot, Jackie. You live in a tornado place. You've seen the news people. We have got paid meteorologists that go on TV and analyze these things, and they're like, it might be a tornado. Well, they look at the data. They're just looking at like reds and greens and sometimes purples on the screen, and they're like, see, because of this, I think that's going to be a tornado. Switch over to the Doppler radar, and then you're like, what the fuck does that even... How do you even translate that Doppler? It's just blues and yellows shooting off into different directions. It's not like anybody can do it, Jackie. That is the most full of shit thing I've ever heard anybody say.
I don't know. I mean, I think about that one time that we were out in the pool having just a fine and dandy afternoon, and then the tornado came like within 10 seconds.
The tornado never came that day, but okay.
But there was a big storm.
The sirens went off, yes, but...
It is the scene in Weatherman with Nick Cage when he's trying to beat the better numbers out of the actual meteorologist. He's like, can't you give me better chances than that? And the guy looks at the screen and turns and looks to him and goes, it's just wind, man. It blows around everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, really fucking hard to predict. So, because she's got superpowers and she can look at just raw data and numbers and reds and greens and yellows, and she can predict all this shit, I'd say that she's pretty goddamn good at predicting tornadoes, as the movie tells us.
Well, I am calling
bullshit. Is she like the
bullshit.
Rain Man of tornadoes?
Yeah, she's the Rain Man of tornadoes, or Spider-Man, whatever.
I'm calling bullshit on her tornado powers already, because I'll give her tornado powers if they work out in the field when she's like using her tornado sense. I'm fine with that. But if she's like better at reading the computer than some other dickhead, I'm like, well, how do your tornado powers extend like that?
No, it's
just fucking colors on a screen.
She senses. It's a sense. She's
in a different state.
She senses it, Sam. She can she's linked in to the Madam Web stuff. This is actually a superhero movie. She's got sense. She senses it. She just knows.
All right.
She's told by the Beyonder. I don't know. She's got tornado sense, and you need to live with that because that's how it is. Javi, he's the other guy. He started up his own company. It's called Stormpar. I don't know what par has to do with like, hey, we broke even. I don't know. But he started up his own company. They're storm chasers. They're collecting data on the storms, is what he tells her. And he's like, hey, I need you to come because on account of your storm sense, your tornado sense. You predicted shit while you're standing there drinking coffee and talking about what was on Netflix last night, and you predict like 6 tornadoes, just mumbling under your breath. So I need you to come back out to Oklahoma and help me out with this thing. We're gonna save lives. And she's like, no, I'm done with Oklahoma on account of that time I was laying under a bridge and my boyfriend got sucked up off me, and went into a tornado, and I never saw him again. I don't know if they ever found his body or if he just went into space, because I think I can sense tornadoes, but I really honestly don't know how the fuck they work. I assume he just got shot out into orbit. Shoo!
Yeah, she's pretty traumatized. I don't think I'd go back if I was her either.
If your boyfriend got sucked off of your body, or your partner, Sam, as it were, into a tornado, you'd be kind of not down with tornadoes.
Yeah, if you move to New York because of tornado trauma,
I think that's
somebody's
reasonable.
like, hey, I haven't seen you since we almost got killed by a tornado. You want to go chase one? I'd be like, fuck off.
I think that's a reasonable response.
Like, we could go chase a tornado. I know you just moved to New York where you could never get killed by a tornado because you hate them so much. Let's go get inside one.
Hey, remember that time we were surfing on the Great Barrier Reef and your leg got bit off by a shark? I got some brews and a couple boards. You want to go bust some surfboards this weekend?
We're just going to go directly in and hug the sharks.
Yeah, I'm missing a leg from shark mouth. I'm good. Moved away from the sharks.
But she's like, okay, whatever. I'll give you 1 week of my tornado powers.
No, he convinces her because it's going to help save lives. There was a town that got hit by a tornado, and she's like, "Gah, damn, with great tornado powers must also come great tornado responsibility. Damn it, you've Spider-Man to me." So that's why she goes.
Yeah. And did
I think
you
she's
notice?
just fucking bored.
Okay, because New York's boring.
They shot that in Oklahoma City. They didn't go to New York. They faked it.
Yeah, might as well.
When we get to our next scene where they're at the tornado bro roundup thing, it becomes painfully apparent that Dodge is not allowing any other vehicle, or it's not even Dodge anymore. It's Ram.
Ram. Yeah, not Dodge Ram. Just
no
Ram.
other vehicles are allowed in this movie.
Stellantis Ram. That's what it is, Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a rhyme. It's about time that I made a rhyme with Sam and Ram. The Sandwich Man. Now we have a podcast. Oh, I could have rhymed that with live. Rhyme and live. It's not quite right. It could have been like a.
Oh my God, move on.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a new start in poetry. So she goes and meets the team. They got a bunch of side storks. They don't have lines in this movie other than this guy named Scott, who's also the business guy and future Superman. She sees the Tyler, Glenn Campbell, Glenn Fry. What's the fuck is this guy's name? Glenn Stevens.
Glenn Powell?
Glenn Powell, thank you. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He is shirtless and sort of hairy. And he comes schmeving in his Dodge truck, his Ram, and he's a YouTuber. He's got a crew of YouTubers. They got a drone lady. She's got a pretty sweet drone. They got his buddy, who is just his buddy. That's his qualifications for being a store name. He doesn't do anything. He's just his buddy. And I guess he runs the cameras maybe. And then there's also, they've got a couple people in a motorhome behind him. Shout out to Twister. I don't know what they do either. They
feed people.
They feed people and sell merch. They sell merch,
The older guy, he's kind of like their meteorologist. Like he does look at like the weather patterns and
meteorologist.
Yeah.
What kind of meat is that, Steve?
I think it's
bad meat. Don't eat that.
It's an Italian sausage if it's Sam the man.
Yeah. But we can't gloss over something. We can't go past that. Tyler and Kate, I guess her name is, immediately draw eyes to one another.
Yes, right.
Do they sense each other's tornado powers?
He doesn't have tornado powers.
He has minor tornado powers.
I don't think
his aren't as good as hers.
No, he's got a meteorologist.
Why else would they look at each other?
If he's got tornado powers, why would he have a meteorologist?
Why would they look? So in the movie later on, she's going to do some tornado.
She's attractive, and she thinks he's a dick.
Okay.
Oh, come on. She thinks he's attractive and she's playing hard to get.
Okay, that dick is kind of attractive, she said. There's a walking hard-on right there going across this cow field. I've never seen a penis move like that before. It's just one big, huge walking dick. There it is. I guess I'd stare too. If some dude was like, is fucking walking hard-on as Glenn Powell's Tyler is in this fucking shit, I'd be like, God, what a douche. And Jackie's like, oh,
I would be
Stevie.
like, I guess sign my t-shirt.
Jesus Christ. What a fucking tool he is.
Oh my God, he is so good looking.
No, I don't care if he's good looking. His character is a fucking tool. He is Tor Penis Johnson guy. Wait, Tor Johnson Penis guy?
Dick Johnson Penis Man.
Penis guy.
Or Dick Johnson Penis guy.
He's just not even balls. Like, the balls aren't even in the picture. Just a fucking straight-on ding-dong walking across the fucking field.
Yep. He's driving one,
with a hat on.
Yeah. No, the hat can't stay on the penis. The penis is too penisy. He's just a giant fucking penis. He's just such a fucking douche. Right? I'm not wrong. This character is a douche.
We have to talk about this at the end too, but yeah, he's a total douchebag.
He's a total douche. Fuck science.
Later we're gonna have to ask
shit up for clicks.
If any of his actions make him not a total douchebag. But what we're seeing right now is just the biggest douchebag you've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, we have a problem. Let's just address the elephant in the room. This movie it's not fucking Don't Look Up by any means, but it is still not anti-science. It is saying the science is why we know that climate change is happening, you fucking douchebags. I know you don't want it to happen, but it's happening on account of the science. And he comes fucking riding in on a fucking goddamn bucking one of those stupid mechanical bulls. And he's like, hey, it's me. I'm fucking tough. And fuck the science. I'm going to launch rockets into tornadoes for clicks. And the whole movie is like, oh, Jesus Christ, why did we invite this guy? I thought we were... I guess we're not doing Don't Look Up. Okay, fine, we're not doing Don't Look Up. Glenn, just keep doing the fucking tornado riding bullshit.
You're going to hump the tornado.
You're going to hump that tornado. Like J.D. Vance in the couch. Just get in there, buddy. Just, yeah. Like that tornado. Choke it. Choke you. You got a choke fantasy tornado? I'm going to choke you. And then he does.
Tentacle rockets.
Tentacle rockets.
Launch the tentacle rockets. Violation of tornado.
Now it seems like robot jocks are fighting tornadoes as well. Anti-Voltron.
Go.
Versus the tornadoes. That probably exists. That probably exists.
It probably exists, and the tornadoes probably got D cups.
Yeah, Rule 34. Oh, wait a minute. Now we're talking. Tell me more. D cup tornado. Okay, so he's a tornado wrangler, as he says. That's his whole channel is tornadowrangler.com or whatever, with his team. And they got this guy named Ben. He's a journalist for, I assume, the New York Times because he's stuffy. Or no, he's from London, probably the fucking Guardian or something.
BBC or something.
No, he's not good enough for the BBC. Probably the Guardian. And he's tagging along. Hey, we got tornado sign, which we're just going to call NATO sign from now on for the rest of this movie. It's count 2. We're up to 2 tornadoes. I'm only 8 lines into my notes. Tornado 2. Mm-hmm. So they go chase after it. It's fucking with wind farms. This tornado. It's taking down solar or wind powered turbines. Little helicopters, sideways helicopters that you see out in fields all across the Midwest. I'm sure this gave Sam a little tickle because he's with Trump. They kill birds. Got to take these things down.
Take them down.
Bird killers. They give us cancer too, I guess.
I think the real elephant standing in the room is that the wind turbines don't generate the electricity that they cost, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
They're stupidly expensive, and they never really make that money back.
They give us cancer somehow. I'm not real sure. So this tornado is actually maybe it's all coming back.
They do because you have to ship the things all over the place in the gas.
Stop sticking your fucking mouth on semi-truck tailpipes, Sam, and you won't get the fucking cancer from the wind.
Okay.
I mean, by your rule, cars give us cancer. Jesus. You want to take those away too, you fucking hippie? Anyway, so this thing's taking down windmills, and the team heads towards it. Kate and Javi, they got a job. They got to get ahead of the tornado, and that's why she's involved, is because they need somebody with tornado sense to say where the tornado's going so that they can get in front of it, so that they can put the last piece of the triangle into position so that they can triangulate what the tornado is doing and get a 3D image of it. And
they'll be able to go, yep, it's a tornado.
That's what that looks like, huh?
He says at the beginning when he's first trying to get her to come with him, he's like, I can see feather in the air at 2 miles or something. But now they need to get these things within 300 yards of a tornado, which is like really fucking close.
It's really fucking close. That's 3 football fields. That's really fucking close.
Really fucking close.
Yeah. So
that's danger close in military.
Yeah.
terms.
So they get ahead of it. But she panics and she's like, move away. It's going to be over here, because she doesn't want to actually be that close to a tornado on account of the last time she was in a tornado. Her boyfriend got sucked up off her body and he died.
He died.
And so they miss it. He's all pissed. Javi. While the YouTubers are shooting fireworks into it. And she's like, that's pretty much bullshit. Damn it. So there's a little bit of drama there. But hey, guess what? Already there's another NATO. 3 NATOs already. So Twisters is right. Pwah!
But he does drive into it and shoot fireworks up its ass.
Glenn, where you been, man? I said
you said that before.
Yeah, just now. Jesus.
Do you think somebody's going to try this bullshit?
Shooting tornadoes, fireworks, I imagine.
Trying to like drive into a tornado and shoot fireworks up its ass now that this movie happened?
Don't forget
a copycat.
What was that hurricane that hit Florida 2 years ago? And the guys were trying to shoot their shotguns at it, and they had to tell them to stop.
The dickheads have tried to shoot the hurricanes the entire time. They just decided to report it.
I imagine the dickheads have been trying to shoot fireworks into tornadoes the whole time, Sam.
But like drive a truck in.
I imagine they've done that.
All right.
The dickheads. I don't think this movie invented that. If it can be done, somebody's going to do it. What's that, Murphy's Law?
No, if it can't go wrong, it will, is Murphy's Law.
It's going to go wrong, too, so it's a Murphy and Murray's Law. If you can't do it, somebody's going to do it, and it's going to go wrong. There you go. Okay.
Chew up some Tide Pods on your way in.
Yeah, hell yeah. Take some bath salts and eat your friend's face. Okay, this time at this tornado, they do get set up, but the scanner gets sucked up into the tornado because it's a big one. And they like, oh shit, the tornado's coming right for us. So they have to back up real fast, her and Javi. And there's a chicken coop. It flies into them, smashes them, and there's feathers everywhere. And they're like, Jesus Christ, chickens. And then he does a sort of J-turn, and the tornado just kind of dodges them, and then a chicken lands on the hood, and it was Jackie's favorite part of the movie. Spoiled it for you, Jackie.
Yes. Yeah, you dick. Like, you're the walking penis right now, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was the best part of the movie. I liked when the chicken fell on the car. I laughed pretty hard. And at this point, this is probably the only time I've laughed. So it's been pretty, intense up to this point.
It's an intense movie. It's about tornadoes. Okay, so she talks to him. He's like, well, we got to go back and find that solar panel thing to get the data from it. And she's like, no, there's that tornado that just murdered those chickens is going to go into town and murder a bunch of people. We got to go help them. Well, it already did murder a bunch of people, and we don't have equipment to help. We're going to help them. So she goes into town, and they don't help anybody.
No, they don't. And this becomes the theme throughout the movies that we have to help these people.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So driving up there and adding to the chaos is help. Because all they ever do, they do help the people in the hotel later. But for the most part, the help they're giving is yelling at people that are being, descended upon by a tornado.
Here, they're not even doing that. The tornado has already struck this town. They're there to help people, I guess, that are stuck, trapped under buildings or something, but they never do any of that at all, because all she does is then say, so tell me about this Glenn Powell guy. What's his abs look like? Are they good and hard and kind of hairy and overly muscular? And they're like, I thought we were here to help people. And she's like, oh yeah, right, help people. So is Tyler helping people right now? Is his shirt off? Is he doing any of that? That's all that happens in this series at all.
He does help people.
He does.
Because they feed him, and then he finds that fucking dog.
Yeah, they're helping. They're selling merch to pay for food.
She says in the scene that she sells all the merch to the dickheads so they can prop up the RV and feed everybody after a tornado hits. That's where the money from the merch goes.
Okay.
I guess that's their free barbecue wagon for everybody that just got almost killed by a tornado, which is At least something. And he found that fucking dog.
She meets the Storm Par Funder guy. His name is Marshall Riggs. He's barely in this movie, but he's the villain, I guess, outside of tornadoes. Because what he's doing is he's a profiteer of real estate. He swoops in after a tornado and offers people money for their land who don't have tornado insurance so that they can go someplace else and probably rebuild their lives in a much safer location that doesn't have serious tornadoes. And he's bad guy.
I really didn't get this part. Like, you know that this is a tornado area and you're trying to buy up the land. Right. Like, what the fuck are you building out here?
But
like,
if he
whatever
gets
you build is going to get hit.
The data, then he can make this new development tornado proof. Maybe is the grift. They like try to do like, oh, real estate people are bad, because they are. They don't ever even really like get into the grift.
Not
like,
at all.
You're not going to get into the science. That's fine. It's too smart for you. But at least try to get into the grift that he's doing. Like, because this guy kind of fucking disappears, and there's really little to no mention of him after this scene.
I mean, this guy does exist in real life, but he creates the tragedy and then swoops in and buys. It's called a slumlord. That's not what this guy's doing. He's not creating tornadoes and being like, go, my tornadoes, take out that town so I can buy it up for cheap. Yep. No, he's just like, hey, your house doesn't exist anymore. I'm willing to give you $20,000. And they could at any point be like, fuck you. Or I guess 20's good. But I guess because they're our house and our stuff got blown into the sky into orbit because we don't know how tornadoes exist either. We'll take whatever you're offering. Here, actually, we'll do it for $2,000 because we're so sad. Ha 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 ha. No, it's stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah, real bad guy. Okay, whatever. That's pretty much the last time I'm even going to talk about the antagonist of this movie, because the real antagonist is just tornadoes, which is as it should be. So this guy shouldn't even exist in this fucking movie. Okay, so Tyler, he's like, hey, here you like my abs and your butt's kind of cute. Let's go to a rodeo.
But not in most of the pants she's got on that are like from the 1990s.
Pretty frumpy pants.
We're not going to pass this up because he brings her pizza and she's like, oh, whatever. He brought me pizza. And she looks at the pizza and then she opens the door and he's still standing there. And then they go to the rodeo and she just fucking leaves that pizza and doesn't eat it.
God damn it.
Maybe she eats the pizza later. I don't know. But like, what the fuck?
You get out there and you eat that fucking
pizza.
pizza.
Do you want the fucking pizza or not?
Yeah, she doesn't eat the pizza because then there's another tornado.
Tornado! We're just enjoying the rodeo and telling each other our backstories. Now there's a goddamn another tornado. This is the fourth one in this movie in only like an hour. Oh my God. Because he's like...
And Glenn Powell's like, run, Mom and Dad, run.
No, I gotta do his backstory. It's so fucking cliche and butt because they're at the rodeo. Because, oh my God damn it. Why do I like this movie? I shouldn't like this movie. This should be everything I fucking hate in movies, but fucking gets me. He's like, yeah, you ever been to a rodeo? They're a big city girl. And she's like, I grew up down the road over there. This isn't my first rodeo. And he's like, oh, good. Rock my world, little country girl. And she's like, you want to go to the Boots Good Boogie? Justin's just naming country songs he knows. I got a honky tonk badonkadonk. And he's like, I got a hard on because I have one. I think that's a country song. I don't know. But he's
I
like,
have a hard on because I got one. I have a hard on because I got one. This writes itself.
Exactly. They all do.
Fucking
all
number
the
one
country
hit
songs
right
write
there.
themselves. And he's like, well, I wanted to become a meteorologist on account of all the broken bones I got at the rodeo riding bulls because I'm the toughest fucking penis you ever fucking met. And look at me, I'm just a hard-on.
He's a hard on.
But
a hard on got whacked too much.
That's what all bull riders fall back on. That's why they had to start wearing the vests, is because like so many of them got hurt that they all just went straight into meteorology school, and the schools are full. They're like, God damn it. Send up some lawyers. We need more lawyers in this country. We got too many meteorologists from all these wounded cowboys. It's a straight path.
Hee haw, 77% chance of rain.
Yee-kee-koo. Looks like them Duke boys are at it again. Hope they can jump over this fog system that's rolling in.
According to my drawers, it's a hot one today.
Hotter than a snake's ass in a wagon rut.
Oh my god.
Sam and I were watching this.
I think we need this.
We have
I would watch the weather more if it was like that.
We have this, Sam. It's not the weather, it's the sports. You remember that guy that we were watching? He's on the ESPNs or the CBS Sports. I'm not sure what it is, but he does the college basketball, and he does everything in Texas. It's like this guy's shooting hotter than a Texas mall parking lot. Just shit like that.
He's great. It's just old bastard from Arkansas. I can't remember his name, but he covers most of the Mountain West games.
Yeah, I think you got it right. You got two paths: sports and meteorology after the rodeo. Okay. So they're falling in love, but then the NATO comes. NATO 4. They run to the motel, like, shit, the pizza, let's get back there. And they get into the lobby, and there's this naysayer. It's not a tornado. That happens all the time, which is what our neighbors say all the time. And I'm like, fuck, I don't care if it happens all the time. I'm getting into our fucking storm shelter every time the sirens go off. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this is just some strung out druggie that the guy is pissed because he has paid for this hooker and he can't get into his room and he's got to pay by the hour. And he's like, look, man, just give me the fucking room.
Yeah.
And there's no Wi-Fi.
And we're going to need some TV so that I can order some porno.
This is James Paxton and Bill Paxton's son.
Right.
Yep.
So they finally convince everybody to start running towards the pool because NATO's coming. And they get in the pool and they latch on to the pipes, all Twister 1 with their belts. Not really. They just kind of put their hands on the pipes. A few people get sucked up into the air, including the prostitute and her boyfriend, Bill Paxton's son. They're dead.
Yeah, soda machine falls. It's not mellow yellow. It's brutal yellow.
Oh, my God. Was it really? Or is that your joke?
No, I'm just saying it's not very mellow if it falls from the sky and tries to kill you.
Yeah, it's not mellow at all. It's harsh. That's harsh yellow. Harsh yellow. Harsh in my groove, bro. So that tornado happened, and so Javi, he shows up, and he's like, hey, why are you such a butthole on account of you're a coward and stuff? And she's like, oh, yeah, well, wait, why am I mad at you? I'm not sure. We're not partners anymore. I'm going to my mom's. So she goes to her mom's, and her mom's like, hey, it's good to see you. Why don't you come more than once every 5 years, you intolerant shit. But anyways, your bedroom's still the same, because it always is in all the movies. I left your fucking...
Kind of.
Jonathan
Her
Taylor
bedroom
Thomas
has been filled up with
up.
shit.
You're fucking...
Yeah, it's now the dumping ground.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I just wanted to throw out the Jonathan Taylor Thomas jokes.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
She's got JTT posters, man.
Does she?
Yeah. Whenever a woman comes back from college and she goes into her bedroom in movies, she's going to have JTT posters up. That's just how it works. I left your room as it was, and she's like, oh, my God. A taste. JTT. Okay. I guess not. I guess that's not how that works, because you guys are looking at me like I'm fucking Frankenstein.
I forgot that he existed.
Yeah,
sorry.
Right. Well, you're not a girl coming back from college.
They have that now.
That would have been an opportune time for Jackie to say yes. When I came back from college, my mom said, I left your room just the way it was, and all your JTT just would have, But she didn't do that. She's looking at me like I'm Frankenstein.
Because she's too old for JTT. She had new kids.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's true.
I had new kids, and quite honestly, when I was in college, my parents moved to a McMansion, and so I don't even know what happened to half the shit that was in my room.
So she's at her mom's now, and Tyler shows up. He's like, hey, I got on Facebook, and I looked you up, and then I looked up your mom, and then I called 411, and I said, hey, where's this lady live? And they were like, are you doing internet stalking? He's like, yeah, but my abs. And they're like, wait, so you're Glenn Powell, aren't you? And the 411 lady says, okay, here's where she lives. You can just go there and spend the night, abs guy.
This is stalking, though, right?
It's super stalking.
Well, he has the reporter use his strings to find out information about her last name.
That's
and where her
stalking,
mom is.
Jackie.
That's stalking.
It's like the definition of stalking. He is a stalker.
But then her mom is like, that's fine, though, because his abs.
His abs.
He's staying the night, and she's like, no, she's not. He's like, he is, and if you don't bang him, I will.
Yep.
She's
going to rub up against those abs like they're... Well, I guess that's why they call him a washboard, because Mama's going to get her beaver clean tonight, baby. We're making music. Get out the jug. His mom's rubbing one out. And Glenn Powell's like, I'll get out those jugs. I'll blow on them. Toot toot.
Tune in, Tokyo.
Freaky deaky. So he sleeps in the guest room. Oh, but first, before that, he discovers her goop experiment. He's like, hey, this goop thing actually seems like a pretty good idea. Maybe maybe we should look into that. And she's like, no, people died under my watch. I'm a horrible person. It's my fault. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. But if you ever want to do this goop thing, I'm down.
Was it just me, or did she just not pull off of this scene at all?
No, it was so pathetic. It was like, so you found a way to stop tornadoes, but because your friends were killed, you pussied out, and you were like, I'm not going to avenge their deaths by doing something great for humanity. Fuck all everybody else. They could fucking die in a tornado.
Well, it's not just that. I just think the acting was really bad.
Yeah, I don't care about I think she's got PTSD. I'm good with the writing. I'm not so good with the acting. I thought she was terrible in the scene. I'm with Sam. She's got PTSD, Jackie. Her friends died after being sucked off of her body into space. Shook.
I wonder if they ever found him.
No. Elon Musk is looking for him right now. But his spaceships, I don't know. His spaceships are probably awesome. I just want to say that he sucks, but his spaceships are probably cool, but his fucking car company sucks. And why am I even talking? Jeff Bezos is out there looking for him. I hate him less.
Jeff Bezos is trying to knock over historic bridges for his dong yacht.
Yeah, damn it. God damn it. No, nobody's out there looking for him, Jackie. They're just crusty space people right now. Knocking into space debris. Rings of trash around our planet, just bonking off of things, knocking our satellites off of fucking... That's why our cell phones don't work, is because all the corpses. Right? Right, Microsoft?
Nope.
Right, CrowdStrike? That's why. Corpses. Space corpses. CrowdStrike. That's how you do press next time. You hire me. I'll make up some bullshit and get you out of this situation. Your plane can't take off. Well, that's a real bummer. On account of all the dead bodies in space, you heartless bastards. And then I just walk off out of the press conference, and everybody's like, oh, space corpses? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved. PR, baby. Ha-ha. Hire me. Okay. Hey, guess what? There's a tornado coming. Jesus Christ. There's 5 of them already. And they go out. They're like, hey, let's go release that goop. So they go out. They're like, oh, this is a little guy. It's a little cat one. Release that goop, and they release it, and it doesn't get bigger. So now I'm confused about whether her goop actually makes things bigger or not. But it doesn't it doesn't dissipate either. It just kind of keeps on NATOing a little bit.
But doesn't Javi give her the hard drive rather than just a copy of his data?
Yeah, he gives her. Yeah. Shows up and he's like, "Hey, I hear you need to have your goop model work better because your original goop model doesn't actually work. So here's my hard drive. She's like, that's okay. Here's my hard penis standing next to me. And he's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's like, there was a time I would have done anything for you. And then he looks over at Glenn Powell and was like, but I have no fucking chance. So I'm just going to walk away now.
Was a time.
Yeah. Good luck with your fucking penis guy. Bye. Oh no! Another tornado! Jesus Christ! This one's gonna hit a town! And so they go out to chase it. Storm Par's out there. They're chasing it too.
Is this did we go past the part where they buy the trailer?
Oh, yeah. They get a trailer. Yeah, that's true.
This pissed me off because they're like, we need something heavy that won't get sucked up. And he's like, you want aluminum? And I'm like, aluminum, known for its weight, you dickhead.
Oh, no, I took that the other way.
That's not what he said.
I took that the other way.
They said, we want something that's going to get sucked up easily that's not going to take the truck with it.
Oh, you want aluminum?
Then you want aluminum, Sam.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, that guy's a good salesman.
No, I'd buy a trailer from that guy.
If only
Sam's on board now.
If only I could clean out all the earwax. I might buy something I don't want because I can't hear shit.
Can't hear shit.
All right, so they got a trailer. They got the goop in the back of the trailer. The trailer's going to get sucked up, and the goop's going to go in, and the truck's going to stay put. That's what they got planned. Storm Par, they're still trying to collect data though, so they get out to this thing. It's a big one. It's oh shit, it's wiping out a factory. Oh no, that factory makes hydrogen, I guess, because it's
so this was weird. The name of the petroleum company is the same name of the company in the Abyss.
Oh?
I don't know why they're doing like shout outs like that.
I guess it's fun.
I don't think Cameron appreciates that in the least.
He's going to get all mad. Jimmy Cam.
Well, I don't think he gives,
gives
2 rips. I don't think he gives 2 rips about this movie.
I don't think he gives a shit either, but why would he get like, oh, you don't fucking piss off Jimmy Cam? No, it's Jimmy Cam. He doesn't care. He's chilling out in the bottom of the ocean, man. Doing his thing. He's fine.
He's probably got a heated toilet seat with a heated bidet.
Okay.
And that's pretty damn fancy.
Probably, Jackie.
And I'm just saying he doesn't give it 2 shits because he can go take a shit and use half the toilet paper.
He has 2 devices for shits.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you Jim Cam doing just fine on okay. He's got a submarine. The submarine is the cool thing, Jackie, not the toilet. Like everybody can have.
He doesn't have the submarine anymore.
Okay, because it got squished and all those people died. Is that his?
No, he donated it to a college, and then the trucking company fucking crashed it.
Oh, nice.
Fucked up, man. Try to do something nice.
God damn it, truckers. Oh man, law of the highway. It's gone a long way into the toilet, hasn't it?
No, let's be honest, he lost that submarine in an arm wrestling match.
Joke. Yeah, let's see where you're going.
Yeah, I think he just lost it in an arm. It's in an arm somewhere. Where's that submarine, Jimmy? It's in an arm somewhere, I think. Got lost in there.
Got lost in an arm. Oh, Jackie, line up your jokes a little better before you shoot them, okay?
You know, I'm not as stiff of a penis as Tyler, so, you know.
No.
I'm just saying.
No, you are not. Okay, so this NATO hits this factory. We got a fire NATO. Oh, shit. It knocks over the boys up front. Scott and Javi knocks their truck over. And so they're not on their wheels, so they can't get out or do anything. But then some debris knocks them back onto their wheels, and that's the rules of it's Hot Wheels rules right here. If your tires are on the ground, you can drive around, but if you're on your side, you can't. That's how cars work on account of the Hot Wheels. So they're fine, and then Javi, he's like, "You're a douchebag, Scott. I'm not doing this Riggs thing anymore where we give money to people's houses destroyed. Wait, aren't I the boss of this company? You do what I fucking tell you to do, Scott, or you're fucking fired. Scott's like, oh, no, we got to do what fucking Riggs wants us to do. Collect the data. And he's like, this is my company. No, it's not. And so he, like, drops Riggs off, and then he quits his own fucking company. I quit. You're the boss.
I'm taking this truck, though.
It's his truck. Riggs is just an investor. He says at the beginning of this movie, Javi says that he founded this fucking company to do storm research, and his investor, Marshall Riggs, is who pays him to do the research. That's not Marshall Riggs. Investor.
That's just one of his other science guys. Marshall Riggs is the old fucker from the diner.
Yeah.
That is buying up the real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that's in the car with him is not Marshall Riggs.
That's what I'm saying.
Scott.
I just said all that. Scott is saying, no, you're going to do what I tell you to do. I am the owner of the company, says Javi. Javi is the owner of Stormpar. Marshall Riggs is an investor. Scott is Javi's employee.
That's why he gets mud shot onto him.
I don't get it. Like, but then Javi's like, I quit. Your own company? Okay. I guess it's done. When the owner quits the company, it's done.
Okay, so it understands business as well as it understands real estate grifts and science.
Yeah, and meteorology. Yeah. Okay. So Kate, Tyler, and the crew, they get to this town. It's called El Reno, which I thought was weird, to evacuate folks. They're like, shit, get to your cupboards and your closets and your bathrooms that are not next to exterior walls and storm drains. Get in those storm drains. And your wine cellar. Get wine cellars good because you got water that's been combined with grapes and fermented, so you quench thirst.
They're like, we're in El Reno. Let's get to this storm. It doesn't have one. This town was built here, never prepared for tornadoes ever. What we should do is yell at these people a lot. That'll help. Apparently, when they were shooting this, the little swap meet thing is a real thing in El Reno, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And a tornado came through and blew it over, so I had to rebuild the swap meet in order to shoot it.
Our swap meet. Every weekend we set up for the swap meet. God damn it, if there's not a NATO coming through.
Yep.
Guess I'll sell these trinkets some other way.
Not the dream catchers. They just keep flying. They're like little kites.
Apparently they don't work for shit. Because I keep having nightmares about tornadoes on account of living in Oklahoma. So they're getting people out of the streets, out of this flea market thingy dingy. And Tyler is like, get on out of here. Oh, shit. The train. They got a fucking train in this tiny ass town of like 2,000 people.
The trolley.
It's a trolley.
It's a trolley.
It's still a train. I can call it a train.
The tornado is
super cute.
Yeah, pushing the trolley, but people are fine.
Yeah, people are fine. But it smashes into Tyler. He's like, shit, I'm trapped under train debris. Jackie's like, God, stop saying debris. And he's like, no, it's train debris. I'm under it. And Kate starts like, oh no, my penis baby, my baby penis, my big hard penis baby, get out of there, I'll save you. And then Javi comes in, he's like, I'll save you, penis baby.
Yeah, he's like, hey, remember the beginning of the movie? Levers. Dun, dun, dun. Levers. Levers are awesome. Levers. Fuck yeah.
I loved my favorite person who ever told me about levers in that kids TV science show was Lever Burton. If I'd known the name if I remembered the show that he was on, that joke would have worked.
Reading Rainbow?
It was Reading Rainbow. When he was on Reading Rainbow and he talked to me about levers, it was Lever Burton. Funny, now, after I fucked it all up. Okay. So they're like, get to the movie theater. Everybody get to this movie theater. Movie theater's the safest place. Remember Sandlot, where the people are watching the movie about the werewolf and the big dog jumps through? That's the safest place. That literally happens in this movie. The same thing as Sandlot. It's like, shit, there's no basement. I guess we'll just sit here and watch this movie and eat popcorn while a tornado gently passes over us. And it does not.
Don't lie. You would have gotten some snacks from the concession stand. I would have. I'd been like, dude, hey, we're trapped here. This popcorn is fresh. It's going to go to waste. And if I'm going to die, I'm going to shit in this tornado like you would not believe.
I'm taking some Orange Crush into space.
Just squirt the butter right into your mouth to finally find out if it's a bad idea.
That
was a bad idea. It's kind of good, but mostly bad.
Yep. I would do it. I'd be like, you know what? I got to do it.
Okay. The tornado's coming. Kate sees it. She's like, there's no fucking basement. There's no place for these people to go. I got to get in this truck. I got to drive out of the tornado and sacrifice myself by throwing my goop into it and shutting this goddamn thing down. So she hauls ass out there, sets the spikes down because the truck's got those tornado chaser spikes, augers, drill into the ground. They're not big enough. That's not going to help. And sure enough, her trailer goes up, an aluminum trailer, and the goop gets in. But then the truck gets knocked over, and we don't know her fate. Did she make it? I think she should have not, but she does. So it launches the goop, and
I was impressed when she's fighting the tornado or whatever, and she shoots the missiles that have the whatever in it, sodium nitrate.
Yeah, they're supposed to...
Because they tried to bullshit scientists for a little bit, but the movie did a good job bludgeoning us with nonsense to the point when they try to science a little bit, you're like, I can't pay attention to words anymore. Right, tornadoes!
Right. Yeah, tornado! Oh my God, there's a tornado coming!
It looked better than I thought it was going to when the missiles shot into the tornado. I was kind of impressed by that visual effect.
Cool. Nice. So the NATO, it has not immediately dissipated. It has hit the it has hit the movie theater, and one of Tyler's the drone lady, she gets sucked up into it, but he latches on at the last second, grabs her hand. Now he's getting pulled into it, but then he catches his toe on a fucking movie theater seat, and he's holding her while the winds are going 250 miles an hour, and they're being sucked up into space. And he's holding on by the toes of his penis.
His good boots.
His good boots. It's so dumb. So dumb. Those are some fucking strong ankles you got there, Glenn.
Yeah.
But then the NATO fades, and she lands on her face, and he's like, "Whew, God, thank God for these." No, Justin boots. I'm assuming they're Justin boots.
Sure.
Yeah. And they run all to Kate.
They're probably Ariats.
Ariats. Okay.
Probably not. Those are actually made to be Western style work boots. I don't know if they make. Do they make real cowboy boots?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whatever.
Those are the only ones I've ever bought. They're amazing.
Because Jackie's a real cowgirl.
I used to be.
No, you dressed
no,
like
you didn't.
God damn it.
Yeah, I used to go spend my summers out ranching.
No, you fucking didn't. You lying
yes,
son
I did.
of a bitch. How dare you?
I did.
How dare you insult a real goddamn... The last American cowboy in this room is lead host of this podcast.
You are not a fucking cowboy.
I fucking wrangled
He's been on a cattle drive
for 10
and so have
goddamn
I.
years.
I have been on a cattle drive.
I wrangled cattle
No,
too
you didn't.
for 2 damn years.
You lived in the city, you jackass. Why is...
I would go though for the summers and I would wrangle cows.
You didn't. You always...
Yes, I
Sam's
did.
poor. That's how he grew up. And you're like, no, I grew up poor. Oh, yeah? How bad? My dad made like $45,000 a year in the 80s. Oh, fuck off. And now you're like hoarding in on an actual cattle rancher. Jesus Christ. I did that too.
I have a dent in my head from being kicked by a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that wasn't very smart of you, sir.
Oh God. Why?
I was like, hey, horse, please kick me. That's not what happened.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was. You were not back there sniffing its horse farts, and it was like, that's enough of that, sir.
Maybe that's why rural people hate city folk, is because the city folk are like, oh, I did that one time. I'm a real. No, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on. Later, Kate, she's headed back to New York City, back to her NOAA job. And Javi's like, hey, I'll drop you off at the airport, but is it cool if I keep working on this goop stuff? And she's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I only invented a way to save all of the people. All of them. Go ahead and take my goop plan, buddy. Cool, thanks.
No, she's going back to
her job
to sell the goop plan.
Well, then what's he doing?
He's being a wiener.
Okay, no, Javi, not Tyler. Tyler's, of course, being a penis, but Javi is like, I'm gonna keep working on your experiment here in Oklahoma. Okay, that's cool. Anyway.
No, he's gonna keep doing it to build the data that, yes, it does work. That this is a proven thing.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe she should like stick around and like make sure her fucking $1 billion idea actually works, rather than be like, okay, well, let me know how it goes. I'll be working on storm predicting at the National Oceanographic and Astronomical Association, if that's the actual acronym. Oh, and here, oh, hey, look, it's my penis. My penis is here. Tyler's like, hey, baby, you sure you don't want to stay in Oklahoma? And she's like, no, I got to go to New York City because I'm a fancy city girl. He's like,
who's
oh.
That's my ride, and that's the car we ride in.
She's like, well, don't ride your dreams. Chase them. Chase me. Chase me. He's like, wait, she just told me to chase after her. Yeah, dumb penis guy. Go tell her that you love her and that you want to spend the rest of your life with her, even though you barely know her. And you just did that speed thing where at the end of it, Sandra Bullock's like, you know, relationships formed under stressful situations usually don't last. And Keanu Reeves wasn't in the sequel.
That's not true. Your stressful situation of not being able to have a place to live has worked out great for me. You're still married to me 15 years later.
Ha ha ha. That's private stuff. Okay. We didn't survive a fucking tornado or a hurricane or a bomb on a bus. That's the stressful relationships that Sandra Bullock is talking about. The relationship formed under stressful situations is not going to last. Keanu Reeves wasn't in the sequel.
We totally survived that horrible bus thing. And then you bone. And then she's like, do you want to listen to Mbop by Hanson? You're like, oh God.
I'm out.
I don't know you at all.
I'm out. Hope you can find somebody like Dermot Mulroney. Was he the Speed 2 guy?
No, it was Jason
Patrick.
Jason Patrick, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. Mulroney.
Dylan McDermott Mulroney.
Yeah, they're same guy. They're all the same guy. So Paul Scheer shows up and he's like, hey, you can't park here. And he's like, oh, yes, I can. I got road augers. And, oh, boy, I just ruined your parking. Like, the city's going to really fine me. LAX, sorry, nobody can park. Yeah, it's bad. He does the augers into the road. And he runs after her. And she's like, oh, hey, nice to see you. And he's like, I chased you like you told. Wait, why is girl voice, Tyler? I chased you like you told me to. I'm a walking penis. And then the airport PA system's like, hey, by the way, there's still more tornadoes inbound. Ah, fade to black.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's more tornadoes. Their love will survive as long as they live in Oklahoma, where every day it's 30 tornadoes. Just bam, 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 bam. Tornadoes all day. Stressful. Stress, bang, stress, bang, stress, bang. That's all they're going to do. The end. My first question is, did Steven Spielberg ruin this fucking movie?
How?
apparently you guys don't know that the internet has lost their fucking shit about this thing because the original screenplay had Tyler and Kate kissing at the end. And Steven Spielberg said, no, that's butt. They don't need to kiss, blah, blah, blah. Just do it this way, where he chases after her, they stand, it's a great shot, they're going back. You know they're going to kiss, but we don't have to, it's implied.
It's way stronger this way because she still doesn't trust him because he's a walking penis.
Because he's a walking fucking hard-on.
I liked it from a lady's point of view, that it's a little more romantic this way because he's trying to build something with her and prove that he's not just a walking penis, that he can be a partner.
Yeah. In fact, like, by the way that this takes place, one of the other arguments is, well, they just did it so that they don't take power away from the female character and make it about romance and love. But really, it just would have, if they had kissed, she wouldn't have been less empowered. And it's like, well, no fucking duh. Kissing has nothing to do with female empowerment, you stupid fucks. But if she had, or this way, it actually works better because she's still questioning, and he's following her lead. He is like, wait, I like you. I like you.
Yeah.
No, of course Steven Spielberg didn't fucking ruin this movie, you dipshits. It's fucking Steven Spielberg. Whatever he says, just go with. He knows better than you.
Yeah, at this point, that at the end, Tyler is trying to grow as a person because he wants to be part of her life. And that is a good thing.
So, my point is Steven Spielberg's the scientist about the climate change, and the internet is the naysayers about climate change because they won't listen to scientists. Just fucking listen to Steven Spielberg. He knows. He knows
what he's doing.
He knows what you don't. Shut the fuck up.
Watch Lincoln.
Yeah, watch Lincoln, assholes. Okay, who's got another question?
I've got a few. I asked 10.
Wow.
Already, and I've still got like 4.
Okay, bring it.
I'll start with, that's not how augers work, right?
Right.
Okay, just clearing that one up. That they would just dig some holes underneath the truck.
Yep.
And it would just have holes in the ground now.
Just holes in the ground. They're not anchors, buddy.
This was my biggest head scratcher walking out of the theater. Why is Tornopar or whatever that company is? Stormpar. And
not Storm Birdie,
not
Storm Eagle. Stormpar.
And Wranglers Inc. or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they have any level of competition?
Because they keep cutting each other off in fucking traffic. That's all they do to each other. They just
don't like each other.
Boom! Yeah, cut you off.
But
oh yeah, well, I come out of nowhere too and cut you off. QQ.
In the first movie, the two competing factions actually are trying to get the data so they can sell. There's a reason for them to be in competition. There is no competition between these two groups. They're like, we need to shoot this. No, we need to shoot this tornado with the radar. And he's like, I'm going to shoot some fireworks up its ass. And they're like, cool. They're not in each other's way.
Well, they kind of are, because if the YouTube guy looks like he's following these weather people, then he's less legit than he really is.
That's not how YouTube works.
And then
he gets to be in front, and that solves that.
Yeah.
I think it's an ego thing.
Then you're going to have a shittier YouTube channel. YouTubers actually are very collaborative, Jackie. Yes. I know you don't have you don't spend a ton of time. I spend a ton of time on fucking YouTube. They are always linking up. The same with the podcasters. The only reason that nobody links up with us is because nobody listens to us. And like, hey, Paul Scheer, come on the show sometime. I ask him weekly, and he's like, who are you again? Who
are you?
Hey, Paul. Hey.
Who the hell is Paul Scheer?
Yeah, exactly.
He's in this movie.
Yeah, that's right. Who the fuck is Paul Scheer? That's what I say. Good job, Jackie.
I gotta look him up.
Oh my!
I don't know who that is.
Christ. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, he's the guy
Great
at
job.
the end at the
Great
airport.
job. Maybe don't blast out to people who listen to bad movie podcasts how ignorant you are about bad movie podcasts. Anyways,
I don't listen to other bad movie podcasts because they're not as entertaining as us.
Okay. Anyways.
But this is completely manufactured competition that has no actual plot source. There's no reason for it to exist.
Sam. You're glazing over my answer. The only thing that really, truly, by the film shows us is that these guys keep cutting each other off in traffic. That's it.
But why are they even doing that? Yeah, it's dumb. They have no reason to do that.
Well, have you been... Look, I live in a tornado state, buddy. You should see how these assholes drive out here.
Okay.
That's just how they do it.
So then...
Go ahead.
Are there characters in this movie?
Kate does have a backstory, and she does have...
faces her fear and embraces her powers.
Yeah, Kate.
So she is a character. Tyler...
Penis.
Doesn't become less of a penis.
He's just a penis.
Because he's been giving food to these people and doing the right thing off camera the whole time. Uh-huh. He's just a penis with a heart of gold. He's not really a character.
He's a hard-on. He's not just a penis. It's not like he's a dick. He's just a hard-on.
He's a hard-on.
He's a hard-on.
Okay.
Just a big old, sweaty, veiny, hard penis. That's what he is.
Javi doesn't develop into anything character-wise, does he?
He quits his company. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Then do something good with your company. It's your company, you jerk. No, Javi doesn't do anything.
So there aren't really characters in...
Just Kate and her mom. That's probably it.
And her mom.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is probably better than the last one. There's a character, 1.5.
No, they're characters.
I don't know. They fall in love.
Well, so I think that what you've got here is like one-dimensionality across the board. But in the first one, I bet that both Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton get to like 1.5.
Yeah. All right. It's tied. It's tied with the first one on characters. My question is, should America end the National Weather Service and NOAA and privatize weather?
No.
No?
Because then they would just start using it for their own evil devices.
Oh.
Just like in this movie.
Who's they?
They'd be like,
them.
The corporate man. Yeah.
Okay.
They'd be like, don't tell those people that that's coming.
Okay.
We want that development to get ripped up. It's old. Those people are poor. We need to get them out of there. That's prime real estate. Just let the tornado happen to them.
Okay. Sam? Privatization of weather?
I don't like privatization of really anything that needs oversight, so no.
Okay.
I'd pass.
All right. I don't mean to make it political, but you probably shouldn't vote Republican then, because that's their fucking Project 2025 plan, is to defund NOAA and privatize our weather system, where we'll no longer have free weather updates on our phones. We'll all
because the Weather Channel
die.
Too many clicks.
Yeah, bad idea.
Too much cash to be made.
Yeah, bad fucking idea. I kind of need the National Weather Service. My life and the life of my family depends on it throughout the spring. So fuck off. Sam, go. Questions.
What is the story?
I'm going to sit this one out.
Okay. Jackie, do you have any... Do you find any semblance of a story in here?
No.
Okay.
There's no story.
So
it's
just a bunch of events that happened.
Yeah,
this is the best thing I could come up with. Girl meets penis, shuts off tornado.
Yep, that's about it. Question mark? Yeah, on both. I mean, girl meets penis. Girl meets walking hard on. That's pretty much it. I would say.
Do either of you have? I have one left. Do you guys have
knock
any
yourself
left?
out, brother.
Okay, at the beginning of the movie, I want to punch everyone in the face.
Okay, all right.
Every single person I have encountered in the beginning of the movie, I'm like, man, I want to punch you all in the face. Tyler shows up, I want to punch him in the face. Javi's a dick, I want to punch him in the face. Scott, face punch. At the end of the movie, is there anyone you don't want to punch in their face besides Mara Tierney? Because why would you punch her in the face?
Yeah, she's a nice mom. Yeah. I still don't like Tyler. I don't care. Like
did any of them change from face punching to not face punching?
No, they're still annoying idiots. No. I want to punch them all in the face.
Jackie,
I'm not a violent person.
but if you got sucked into a tornado, well, that's just nature.
That's right.
Okay.
No, I didn't care for any of the characters, really. I mean, I wasn't, for once, I wasn't sitting there going, man, I hope that fucker gets sucked up. Like, there was nobody that I was like, oh, they need to go, right? But I also didn't care about any of them on any level. So it was like, oh, another one died. Okay. Next.
Yeah.
Okay, so in summary, the movie only has 1.5 characters. It doesn't have a story. And at the end of it, you want to punch everyone in the face.
And with that, we have to move on to final recommendations. I'll go ahead and go and say, goddamn right, of course you're going to want to go see this movie. It's awesome! You're right, Sam. It shouldn't be a movie. It has all of the things that I shouldn't like in it. Like, I shouldn't like this movie. I shouldn't. And I don't want to say I loved it or anything like that, but goddamn, what a fucking visual experience. What a fucking fun time. And the thing I especially loved about it was it's not a nostalgia thing in the way that you would think when I say nostalgia, oh, you just like Twister. Well, I actually didn't really like Twister until we watched it the last time. I kind of just was like, whatever about Twister. I like dumber shit like Independence Day and stuff.
Yeah.
But this movie gives me nostalgia because it captures one thing super right. The feeling and the look of a 90s blockbuster. This is how we used to do it before the Marvel Cinematic Universe and before the 2000s, when none of those 2000s summer blockbuster.
When Michael Bay was running
when Michael Bay was doing it, that shit sucks, and we all know that. We got two systems, the 90s system and the 80s system to a degree, which is mostly Spielberg, which, hey, he's back.
The Beverly Hills Cop was a big part of the 80s system,
but that's
right?
this 90s look and feel to what a summer blockbuster, and you couldn't wait for the fucking summer to show up because it was going to be bam, 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 every fucking weekend, a movie that looked and sounded and felt like this was coming, and you were going to be excited during that viewing experience. And then that stopped, and then we got the MCU, and that changed, and then the MCU stopped, and then now the movies suck again during the summer, and I was super happy to be back in that warm, fun stuff in my face with fucking popcorn. The Fast franchise is the closest I could come up with it, but there's a lot of drama and characters and backstory with the Fast franchise. This is just a silly, oh my God, I got so much popcorn in my cheeks. How am I supposed to talk to my family while I got this much popcorn in my face? Movie. I loved it. It was great. Go see it. It's for everybody. You're an asshole if you don't go have fun with this thing. It's a blast. Jackie.
Absolutely do. Glenn Powell is delicious. And I love the multiple tornadoes. It was very action-packed. I was not bored the entire time. And I'm with you. I mean, it was just a popcorn munching good time. So do.
Samuel.
I mean, if you like visual effects, yeah, you should probably see this at the theater. I made sure to get the Dolby Atmos version theater.
Ooh. Oh, tornado coming out of his face.
But it's dumb as fuck.
It's dumb as
it's
fuck.
Like, one of those problems with Rotten Tomatoes is that a 72 makes it mean that it's a good movie. This isn't a good movie. It's barely a movie, but it proves that a blockbuster, because there's been plenty of great theater going experiences that are thin on substance, but this thing has none. It's just tornadoes, and that's fine. That's okay. But you can't call it a good movie. This is trash.
It's not a intelligent or well thought out or time spent on it in any sort of seriousness. But it's fucking fun.
Yeah, and it goes back to, it doesn't have to be, you can like a bad movie.
Yep.
That's totally fine.
That's totally
this
fine.
Is trash.
Yeah. Good.
But I liked
kind
it.
Of trash that if you're a raccoon you want to get into. Or if you're just me, that's good trash. I'll get into that trash.
Yeah.
Some good trash over there. Kind of trying to think of what kind of trash I'd actually get into. Like, literally. Like, where I'm going with this joke. I'm not a raccoon, but if I was, what kind of trash would I want to get into? I don't know. Good trash.
It's
good trash.
Interesting that, when it first comes out, I'm like, they're doing Twisters, and I'm like, how did this get made? And then the guy from that is in it. You're like, well, I guess they won't be doing this one.
Yeah, everybody at our theater absolutely loved it. There was clapping before the movie even stopped, before the denouement. There was clapping, and then I was like, Jackie and I were kind of giggling at each other, like, clapping.
I mean,
people fucking loved it, man. People fucking loved it. Our son fucking loved it. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Good bubblegum movie viewing. Next week on the show, where are we at on the lineup? At the top of the lineup, it's mine. Oh no, I didn't think about that. It's my pick. Pulling a Jackie, I guess you'll find out. So have a great week. Get to the chopper.